Rob, what a collection of footballers and managers behind you here in Croke Park. It's a lovely morning to be here. It's December, but it's a lovely morning and great to have you involved again.
Yeah, look, we're absolutely delighted. Been involved since 2017, and as you said, we're blessed with the weather this morning. You wouldn't think it was December here in Croke Park. So yeah, absolutely delighted.
8 years, that's incredible. And the big screen has it up there, hashtag first class rivals. I mean, you're part of the furniture now.
We certainly are. I mean, first class rivals, it's a really good campaign. I think it probably encompasses what HEC is all about. And, you know, rivals coming together, traditional rivals, county rivals coming together to play for their college teams. So it's a really unique competition that we're delighted to be part of.
Yeah, it's perfect. I mean, I'm talking to the lads this morning, and some of them, even last week we did a game and there was lads from the same club playing against each other, you know, so there's a lovely spirit at that level. Now they're competitive, but it sums it up perfectly.
Yeah, it really does. And I mean, you know, we did some creative out of home last year where we kind of showcased those rivals coming together. And there's just a great spirit. You know, there's alliances that are being formed that, as we said, wouldn't normally exist in the format. I think, you know, for the overall competition, bringing the new rules, the new football rules coming in this year is going to bring another string to the bow of what is already a really exciting competition.
And what are your thoughts about the championships after Christmas then and being involved, and what is it going to do for you guys?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's really important for us. You know, Electric Ireland serves over 1 million customers right around the island of Ireland. And it's, so, you know, having a competition like this and being able to actually reach out and be part of kind of the GAA in local communities and right up to a national level is really important for us.
Rob, what a collection. It's great to have the Electric Ireland Championships back at the start of 2026.
First-class rivals, still the hashtag, and these are first-class rivals. These are the last two teams to win the Sigerson Cup. Ulster University won it 2 seasons ago, and DCU won it last year. So this is a meeting of what you might call the modern-day juggernauts in Sigerson football. It is indeed the Electric Ireland Sigerson Cup Round 1, and of course these teams will have another chance, but they'll not be thinking about that. They want to get through. The game was to be played up in Jordanstown, but has been moved here to St Mary's in Burren, near Warren Point, near Newry in County Down. A fabulous setup here, and the lights have just been turned on full in the last couple of minutes, and the pitch is absolutely great. So we're looking forward to a cracking game here. It's free to watch on YouTube. You can leave a comment there in the live chat for myself and Ronan McGeehan, who joins me for his debut. He's switched the goalkeeping gloves for the microphone. Ronan, is that a nice way of putting it? We are very welcome.
Oh, thank you very much. No, it's good to be back with Sigerson. I know we've not even spent a year out, but no, it's always good to be even watching or commentating some way involved in Sigerson. It's always enjoyable.
Well, exactly. You want to sort of keep some sort of connection, and you're still living in Belfast, so you're around that sort of scene, and I'm sure you'd love to be out there tonight.
Exactly, yeah. No, I'll definitely miss this tonight, but as well, I don't mind missing being out in the shorts on an old Sigerson day, on a cold Sigerson night. I don't think it's ever been warm.
What I've noticed there, by the way, is that Ulster University have no Donegal men anymore at all. So
no, they do not.
There's one in for DCU, Senan Carr, that I know from Four Masters. He's out there with them. Now we're looking at DCU's captain there out taking the toss, and that's Lorcan O'Dell. He was more of sort of an impact sub last year. I certainly remember him coming on. There's Ethan Dunn on the shot as well. These boys won the Sigerson last year. Lorcan scored a great goal at DCU in one of the earlier games, and Ethan scored a brilliant goal in the final. And what a midfielder he is, and he's I think he was man of the match in the Sigerson final, but you know, he's a giant in there, and he's obviously going to be crucial tonight.
Yeah, he really, really is. I remember from playing him last year anyway. He was very, very
keeping
good.
The kickouts away from him.
I was doing my best to keep the kickouts away from him, but he just seems to get everywhere at once. He's very, very athletic, very, very strong, can run all day. Once he does get under the high ball, even if he doesn't catch it, he'll get a good break off of it to get it favourable for one of the DCU players to get the break. And then his running straight through the middle is also so dangerous. I think that's where he got his goal from in the final last year.
And the man who gave it to him was Greg McEnany from the same club. And then you have as well, you have Owen O'Connor Flanagan at number 7, 3 lads from the same club, which is unusual, but they really link together well.
Yeah, they do really link together. That's a big thing about playing Sigerson football, is you need to have that connection, that chemistry, because obviously you aren't together all the time. You may not be training as often as, say, county players, and you only just came back from Christmas, different things like that. But if you're already in the same club, you know each other so well already, which obviously would add to the chemistry, and then you can just play with each other, know each other's movements, which is so important.
And you were doing a bit of research about how many lads played last year that they still have. There's obviously some continuity there, and not so much from Ulster University because they won it 2 years ago, but quite a lot of lads out there in general have got medals.
Yeah, I think I counted around 13 or 14 maybe in both panels combined that will be looking for their second Sigerson medal tonight.
Alright, so you'd have a lot of lads maybe who were in the subs, for example, 2 years ago down in Tralee with Ulster University.
Exactly, who've made the step up now. They've kept at it. Trying to think.
Well, let's have a look at the teams when you're thinking about that, and let's go and have a look at them while you work that out, and I'll talk people through the teams, because there is a couple of changes for Ulster University. There's 2 changes for them, and you see them there. So 21 Danny McDermott is in, and he is in for Rory Canavan, and he's a brother of Jody McDermott at number 6. They're both from the Waddy Graham's club in Glen and Mahara in Derry. And the other change, Emmett McGee is in 19. He's in for Finan O'Brien from Fermanagh, so Emmett McGee's in there. He's from Clan Éireann. And other than that, you have a good lot of a sprinkling of lads there who have Sigerson medals.
Yeah, exactly. I see Ronan Boyle, Emmett McGee was on the panel 2 years ago, and Charlie Diamond, who else? Ryan McGill, Conor Cush. We're all on
Connor's
the panel.
been around a while.
Connor's been around a while. He's well used to Sigerson football, but it clearly suits him very, very well. He's a very strong Sigerson player.
And there'll be a few positional switches obviously as well. I mean, Lorcan McGarrity I think might go to full forward. Gary Mohan comes out the pitch a bit. How do you expect them to play from what you know of them?
I do know that Lorcan, I think he scored a goal in the point against Armagh in the McKenna Cup last Friday, I believe, and that was coming from full forward, so I believe him and Gary Mohan would switch, as Gary would play the past 2-3 years maybe with as a regular for Monaghan in the midfield. So he's a big strong player. He'll be looking to be physical, he'll be looking to get the big hits in, go under the high ball and take on the contact. And Lorcan also a very big man. He'd be a good target man in there with Danny and Jamie working off him as well.
Absolutely. Let's go on to DCU, and the brother connection continues, because you had Ryan McGill there, by the way, and his brother is Harry in at number 2. And then of course you remember Danny McGill would have played. No, Danny is a brother of Harry. I got those two mixed up, but they're all Burren, and Ryan McGill at number 9 for Ulster University. His house, we can see it from here, basically over the hill there. And for DCU, you have the 3 Skerries lads there, and then you look around the team. These are a few familiar names from last year. Brian Masterson, Conor Heffern, and those sort of boys would have played last year as well, and we haven't been told about any changes just yet. But you know what I'm really looking forward to? I hope that number 29 comes on. He's called Dylan Kettle from Fingal Ravens, so I want to hear somebody shout, "Put the kettle on." Sorry, that's just my corny joke. And then you've Senan Carr, the guy you were talking about from Four Masters. He's at number 27. And then you've Cian Lynch is wearing 19. He's a vice captain. So that's the DCU team. But we'll see how they all shape up now. And just when you look out there now, I'm seeing Ethan Dunn go over, and he just gets a tap on the hand there with the number 8 Dara Joyce. They are big lads. Everyone's a unit out there. But the likes of Kieran Caulfield, the captain last year, has gone. Tom Pryor has gone. So you never quite know from one year to the next. But that's kind of the beauty of this competition, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's with Sigerson especially. I know from last year a big thing that we were looking forward to was trying to win the 2 in a row. Because it's very rare to win 2 Sigersons in a row. It's one of the hardest things to do in football, I believe, because you only have a limited time to do so. But so DC would be wanting to start very strong on that, and obviously Ulster will want to upset that as much as possible. Both of them would be big scalps this game, but it's to lay down a statement for the year.
Absolutely. Now, tactically, we'll see what happens here from the start of the game, as the ball is thrown in by Enda Mallon, the referee from Armagh. And look at that strong run through the middle, and that's Greg McEnany. That is pace and power right from the start, and that was probably rehearsed, and that was probably a Skerries thing as well as a DCU thing. Didn't quite come off, but they could have got right through there for a goal, and I think that's called taking advantage of the big lad in the middle, and it nearly worked.
It did nearly work. Number 6 was coming off very
Greg McEnany.
Greg McEnany, yeah, he came off very quick. That was definitely a set play. He knew exactly where he's going.
Now tell me about the goal. Give me an insight into Ronan Burns here, the goalkeeper. What are you thinking? Where's he going with this? There's not much of a breeze, but is he going short? Is he hitting it long? What do you think?
Well, it looks like he's going short. That's a very good kick out straight into the chest on a slippery night like that. With the grass as wet as it is, you want to hit it exactly where it needs to go, because any slip either way, DCU could be in for a goal. Yeah,
there's a few lads slipping and sliding about there already, as you see, and that's just the way it's going to be, I suppose. By the way, this might be a strange one to bring up, but when you look at the goalkeeper giving that sort of ball out, it reminds me, I'm a big Arsenal fan. David Rea is unbelievable about passing the ball out, and he's no fear at all. And I guess you have to have that sort of thing. Like there was 2 or 3 players around there, but he put it right through the gap to get to the player. You know, you have to have no fear, I guess, as a goalkeeper these days.
Yeah, Ronan would be a very good goalkeeper. He had a very good season with Down Seniors last year. Very good shot stopper, but obviously he's very good with the kick out as well, and I believe he's a very good soccer player too.
Yeah, maybe not David Rea's class though.
Oh well, you never know at all.
Maybe in time. That one looked like it was going to curl in over the bar, but it curled wide instead. But a good start by DCU and putting pressure on. And you know what, the breeze picked up a little bit a couple of times there. If there is a breeze, it's going in favour of DCU.
Yeah, definitely. It would definitely be in favour of DCU. I could see Ronan Burns possibly kicking the ball out long quite a bit this time, just getting it as far as he can, let his midfielders fight for it, and then the rest of the outfielders go for the break.
Yeah, look, he's standing right beside the ball. Like, he's not like going way back. He is now to sort of give himself a bit of more leeway. Now, is the referee blowing him? He has blown for taking too long there, and that's going to be a hop on the 20. And I like to tell people we do a lot of ladies football, and ladies football, that's a free in.
Okay.
And it's like a point.
Yeah, it's, you know,
and the keeper is very quick to kick it out the next time when that happens, I can tell you.
Oh, this is a free as
well.
Oh,
it is a free in. Well, maybe it was something else. Maybe it wasn't taking too long. Maybe it was something that was said or something. I mean, why else would he have been given a free in there?
I'm not sure. I'm not 100% up to date on those rules. They may have changed recently. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, well, I know. I don't think they changed it to be the same as ladies football, but that's what happens in ladies football. I thought that was a hot ball, but as I say, maybe it wasn't a delay. Anyway, it puts more pressure on the goalkeeper.
It does indeed. You need to kick the ball out quicker. You can't wait for those gaps to open up, because it did open up at the end there, but
Oh, well, he's
Oh,
gone
that's a-
short
that's a
there,
great
and
kick
he's
out
got it
straight to
right
the
into the
chest.
arms there of Ronan Boyle. The two Ronans, Ronan Burns to Ronan Boyle. And DCU, though, have got it again, and they really are applying the pressure here. And Ulster University looking to get it out, and that's Charlie Diamond in there, and they really are fighting just to get up the field at all. And this is about as far as they've got so far, and that one's pawed away as well over the line. Interesting new jerseys as well. I haven't seen those before. They always have lovely jerseys, Jordanstown.
Yeah, they definitely do indeed. They're my favourite jersey anyway in the university game.
I know, got the hoops this year. That's a different thing as well. They always have something new. Now, they do get over halfway, first chance, and that's well out in front. And I think that was James Quinn. A lot of Tyrone men out there. 5 in the starting 15. And in fact, in the whole panel, there are 12 Tyrone men for Ulster University. 12 is James Donaghy. He's Carrickmore. And he just gives it to Ryan McGill. Ryan, who lifted the Sigerson in February 2024 down in Tralee. The fullback who's up with play is Ben Cullen. He's Eden Dork in Tyrone. 13's Jamie Doran from Ballyholland, just up the road from here. 21 with the ball now. That's Danny McDermott from Waddies. Now the familiar pattern, 12 men back, and Ulster University trying to find a way through the defence that is just sitting in there. This is Cullen again, looking to get a return maybe. Now the effort's going to come in from Gary Mohan and drops into the goalkeeper's arms. And maybe not used to the pitch here, and maybe not getting the distance, or maybe the breeze having an impact on it there. But two trio lads there, Gary Mohan and
Ronan Boyle as well.
Ronan Boyle, 4 there, both from actually the same club in Trio and Monaghan there. Now DCU after getting easy possession there. Loads of room on this side now for Owen Ward. Roscommon man, so used to these colours. Pops it down. Now I was thinking that might be a bit of a dodgy one in these sort of conditions, and it did indeed go away from him. Didn't maybe bounce that firmly for him, but a little bit scrappy here, and Ulster University managing to scoop up possession, but they've given it away as soon as getting it, and then might end up with it. So yeah, a little bit tricky in the conditions, but you go on with it, and they do, and Charlie Diamond just puts it down into the corner. And like another player slipping and sliding out there, and they've been warming up for a long time, but they're still slipping and sliding, and that's happened particularly for Ulster University in the first 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, it
They've
has
lost
indeed.
possession.
Yeah, you just need to be so careful with your footing in weather like this.
Brilliant running by Conor Heffernan, but followed well by Gary Mohan. Gary Mohan did well there. I told you he wouldn't be playing full forward, doing a lot of good work out the field. And another tall fella, there he is. No, that's not him, that's another one. That is the number 13, Jamie Doran. Now, this is Conor Cush, Donnock Moore, a veteran at this level by now. I think he was captain, you were telling me a couple of years ago, wasn't he? The year before you won the Sigerson?
So, yeah, in 2023, I think he was the captain of this team.
Again, they've given away possession here, Ulster University, and the management won't be happy with them at all. That's a lot of attacks that have broken down, and it's a little bit sloppy. Now we have to take account of the conditions, but these guys are doing really well in the conditions, and I think that's Jack Tumulty. That's brilliant speed from him, if it is him, or else it was Conor Dolan, one of those corner forwards, and might end up in the point. No, it's gone to the right and it's gone wide, but there is an awful lot of energy about the DCU team.
Yeah, they're putting a very high press on Ulster. Anytime Ulster have the ball, even from the kick out here, they know that they're playing with the wind this half. DCU are, so they want to put that high press and use that wind as much as possible and get their hands on the ball as much as possible instead of letting Ulster slow the game down.
And again, Ronan Burns just 1 or 2 steps away from the ball, looking to give something short, but DCU alive to that. And as you say, the press is on, and the referee has already waved to him to say get on with it, so he needs to belt it now, and he does. And Ethan Dunn is under that, but it's well broken by Gary Mohan. And on the break, it's DCU. DC are winning a lot of the breaks, and they're getting the turnovers as well. And that's Greg McEnany, number 6. He would have been 8 last year, or number 4 at times as well. Maybe that was the year before, but he just plays around that middle area. But he's more at the back of that diamond. But here they come now, DCU, with that 1 point lead, looking for another one. It's a bright start by the defending champions, and this is Dara Joyce from Clare Morris in Mayo. I get it back now to Conor Heffernan from Laois. There's actually 15 counties represented in the DCU overall panel. Lots of dubs obviously, but a spread all over the country. Now, he's dropped the shoulder coming inside, and he's made a bit of room for himself, and that's a good score by Jack Tumulty from the Padraig Pearse's club. Makes it 2 points to 0 after 8 minutes, and on the balance of play, the way it's been going, that's probably about right.
Yeah, no, definitely. That was a very, very good point by Tumulty there. He was very, very quick feet, cut in off the left into the right, onto his right foot, and just stroked it over nicely.
So Ulster University on the rack at the minute. Now that's a good long kick out, really good long low trajectory on it as well, and it went all the way up almost to corner forwards, but the DCU defender was sharp onto that. Well, if he's got a kick out like that against the wind, he should use it maybe more often.
Yeah, no, definitely against that wind with the high press that DCU have. I think you just need to trust your midfielders and let your middle eight players fight hard for the ball.
He almost hit it too well, you know, it went almost too far, you know.
Yeah, I think an Ulster player did get a hand to it and punched it on.
But not enough, yeah. But yeah, DCU sharp and in front a lot of the time, and the goalkeeper's coming up now to take this one here. It's Mike Tansley Austin. I haven't heard of him before, have you?
I can't say I have, no.
Yeah, Kerryman, yeah, he's coming up to take it, and it's right on the 45. So, you know, with the breeze here, a 2-pointer, obviously, you know, if he can get this.
Yeah, DCU want to hit as many 2-pointers as they can get in this first half. We saw Gary Mohan up the other end. It's hard kicking long distance shots into that breeze.
So this to double the leads. It's gone to the left though, has it? It has. He didn't really connect that one just as he wanted to. I give a mention for the referee, by the way, and the fourth official, Michael Moore from Warren Point, very close to here. On the line, you've Mark Turley, another down man, and Kevin Brady from Louth. And that one nearly in the dugout, and he did well to keep it in, but it's still DCU getting possession, as they have done so often from a lot of the play, and they're switching it as well. Now the point came from this position where he just came inside. This time he's gone the other way, and it might even be a goal on, but he just fisted over the bar, and it's the same player, I think, Jack Tumulty. 2 from him, and it is 3 points to no score, and a lot of worrying signs out there for Ulster University. They haven't started, they can't get into this.
No, I don't think they've even hit a shot wide yet. They haven't forced DCU to kick the ball out at all. They would want to just kind of settle the game down, gain control of possession, and get control of the game a little bit more.
Goalkeeper with it then. And I've just realised the goalkeeper on the other side, he's Mike Tansley from Austin Stacks. The way it was written out and sent to me, it looked like Mike Tansley hyphen Austin. It looked like a double-barreled name, so I've just figured it out now. He's from Austin Stacks, he's Mike Tansley. Sorry about that, Mike. Dara Joyce to Heffernan. And this is Owen Ward from Roscommon. Number 6 is McEnany, and they're spreading the ball. They really move it from side to side really well, don't they? You know, and let the ball do the work. And they're through here, and there might even be a goal on. No, he's got to fist it over the bar again, and I think that's Tumulty again. I think that's 3 points in a row from him, and 2 have been fisted over from him in the last minute. He is lively, he is sharp, and see the way he adapted there and fisted that over with the left side as well.
Yeah, he's a very, very good player. He's so quick, just from stop to top speed is very, very fast. Serious acceleration. Ulster will want to get close to him.
Well, exactly. The management will be looking at that and going, hold on, 3 points in about 5 minutes here, so they might even switch a marker on him.
Yeah, possibly.
But it was the way that it was really impressive for me, the way DCU, they moved the ball. Like, it was over here on this side, right beside us, and within seconds they had transferred it really quickly to the far side, and that's what you need to do against the packed defences, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And we see a turnover here now.
Well, you say turnover, it was a really sloppy pass, to be honest, and it's Ethan Dunn, and off he comes. They give it to the wrong man, and is that Greg up supporting him? It is the Skerries double act again. It is, and it's Ethan maybe, and he's going to go for a score here. No, it might end up being a great pass, actually. Well, they're going to bring it back for a free here, but yeah, you cannot do that, and I'm sure Barry Dillon and the rest of the management will be scratching their heads and going, what is going on here? We're giving away really simple ball.
Yeah, no, definitely. On a night like tonight, with the pitch as wet as it is, and it's been frozen for the past week maybe, it is in very good shape considering, but you just need to make sure every single pass goes straight to the chest. You don't want it any wayward or bouncing or anything. You just need to be very, very accurate and very, very careful.
Absolutely. This is Senan Baker. Going to take this one for DCU, and I'm trying to look on our camera there. I can't really see the arc too well. Can you? I mean, is this just outside the arc, I would imagine. He's probably going for a 2-pointer.
I would say so. It might be Two Tomato, I'm not 100% sure.
Sending from Colliery in Westmeath. And he is trying to bring that in. I don't know if it's going to come. He's probably not giving it enough to come in, and he hasn't. So remains 4 to no score, but Ulster University in the first 13 minutes have only had one shot from distance that dropped into the keeper's arms. It just cannot get close, but the champions are doing really, really well here.
They're doing very, very well, but they could be doing better as well. I believe they have 5 wide so far, so they want it. That's kind of a lifeline for Ulster at the minute, that they're not completely out of the game, but they'd need to just kind of lock down the defence a bit more, slow up the game, and try at least put the ball dead at the other end and force DCU to kick it out a little bit more.
It's interesting, you were telling me earlier, we were talking before about Ethan Dunn and him trying to keep kickouts away from him. I noticed there, Ethan sort of hovered around the middle and he was watching and he was on his toes and he was waiting to see what way the keeper hit it, and then he moved that way, so he's going to get there.
Yeah, no, he's lightning quick. We saw even on that counter-attack there that led to that free. He's very, very fast. He just gets down the field in no time, and obviously can go side to side in no time as well.
Yeah, I remember him down in Bacon in the final last year. The goal he got, but also his fielding was immense as well. But yeah, it's that pace. You know, when you've got a midfielder who is that sort of build, you know, he's got the height, but he also can get around the pitch really, really quick. That's the modern midfielder. Now, this is a chance. Way out on the far side, but he's shaping that up. I think he's hit that way off to the left. He has, and they'll do well to keep it in, and they don't. So they remain scoreless, and the DCU keeper, Mike Tansley, is racing out to take it as quickly as he can. And I see the Ulster University goalkeeper, Ronan Burns from Drumgath, is way out beyond the 45. He's one of those goalkeepers. Wants to get out and get involved and dictate everything and tell his defence all the time and talk to him a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Since goalkeepers can't venture as much anymore with the halfway line rule and everything, you may as well try help put pressure on the opposition kick out, add an extra body out there, and I'm sure he's quick enough to get back if Ulster were to lose the ball.
And obviously the kick out goes towards Ethan Dunn, but you can see Ulster University are trying very hard to stop him, but they can't, and that was McEnany and Dunn again releasing it for Owen O'Connor Flanagan. That was the 3 scaries, lads, but at the end of the move it's put wide. And I suppose from a DCU point of view, you know, there's a little bit of disgruntlement I see from their management right down over the wall in front of us here. They actually have missed a few chances now as well. They should be further ahead.
Yeah, they should be further ahead. I think that's wide number 6 now.
6 for them?
Yeah, six wides for DCU, I believe. They would want to just get that sorted now before the end of the half. I know there's only 15 minutes gone, but they want another 15 minutes of accurate shooting with that wind.
Yeah, 6 wide, so the wind's not that bad. Like, it's not. Oh, hold on, there's a chance here, and it's Lorcan O'Dell, and he could punish them here. And he's pacey, he's fast, but he also has been bottled up. And Ulster University there for a moment, it was panic stations, but they did well. That could have been an expensive mistake, but they've got away with it. I wonder, will it inspire them a little bit to up their own game here? And that's the number 15, Danny McDermott, who came in before the game for Rory Canavan. And he's playing obviously quite deep.
I think that was Emmett McGee. Emmett McGee, I think, was playing. He's half-back now, I think.
Oh yeah, Emmett McGee, yeah, he is number 19, yeah. Armagh, Clan Éireann, he's in there. Now this is 21, this is Danny McDermott from Waddies. And now Mohan, he had a go earlier, and you know what, that was unlucky. It looked, I could see what he was trying to do, and it looked like it was going to come in, but just tailed the other way.
Yeah, it did tail the other way. I think the wind might have picked up since their warm-up. And
hold on, is this going to be the first score for Ulster University? It is, and at least they get that one, because a lot of the breaks have been won by DCU, but they managed to get that one and get a score. And was it number 5, was it Charlie Diamond?
I think it was Charlie Diamond, yeah. Charlie would play full forward or corner forward for his club, Blahy, so he'd be well used to going up the field and taking a shot with that left foot of his. Yeah,
and he's playing over on the right, but coming in on the left, so at least they are up and running. One score for them, and they've got it again. This is Lorcan McGarrity, Carrickmore man. Is that going to go out though? No, he's done well to keep it in. And he's got Connor Cush there. Back out. So Ulster University having a good wee spell here. This is more like them. They're starting to get the grips with this game. I don't know what it was the first 10 minutes, but they looked a bit shell-shocked and couldn't get going. But this a little bit better. Actually, do you know what? The numbers are a wee bit hard to see from a distance with those lines. Or maybe it's just me. Mohan leaves it off. And this is now Jamie Doran, forced to go from side to side by the DCU defence. And this is James Quinn from Dungannon. And that's going to drop into the keeper's arms, I think. And indeed it is. And you talk about wides, well, that's pretty much like a wide in a way. It's
sometimes more dangerous than a wide as well, with the counter attack being an option. At least with the kick out, it kind of slows the game down a bit. But with that's 3 shots that are dropped short with Ulster University. So if they are going to be taking on those shots, they need to adjust their range and possibly even get a man like Lorcan McGarity sitting around the square. He's a good 6'3", 6'4", I'd say. So if they are going to take on those shots, they may as well get a man like him in and hopefully get a fist to the ball or something.
Absolutely, good point, good idea. And especially with the way the DCU transition, they need to be a bit more careful and make sure, be a bit more patient. But look at the pace again from this fella here. He's trying that, he's going for a 2-pointer, he's giving that a lot. Is it going to go? It's not, but it might end up even in a goal. It doesn't, it's well defended. And that's McDermott in there as well. It was Ethan Dunn who threw it in, and they're under a lot of pressure. Look at this press again from DCU. And I think that's Conor Dolan winning it back. It is Conor Dolan, but he's had to relinquish possession, and it's a free out for Ulster University. They haven't conceded a goal as yet. There are the 3 points in it, which would be happy enough considering the way the game has gone, but it could have been worse. But this is more like them now. They're the team transitioning, trying to use their pace to get up the field. And coming onto the ball now is Jamie Doran. Puts it down the right, and they've a man over here as well, and I think that is Charlie Diamond who got the 1 score, trying to come inside, but has it broken down? It has, and it's DCU. Well, do you know what? It's good entertainment, and it certainly is end-to-end stuff. And both teams going at it. I mean, there's a serious pace to the game, as you'd expect. These are the winners of the Sigerson Cup in the last 2 years, meeting in the first round. I remember the draw being made in Croke Park, and it was one of those ones, there was a bit of a gasp around the place. It's those two meeting in the first round, and it's Mohan. Well, he's tried that twice, he's now tried it 3 times, or maybe you'd say that was a pass.
No, I think he just went for it because he saw the referee's hand up and he knew they had the advantage. So the worst thing that could happen is that it drops short and they get a, what's that, maybe 30 metre with the angle free. So, and if it went over, best case scenario was a 2-pointer, so he did make the right decision there.
He did. So it's a free over on the left, the referee Enda Mallon from Armagh. So just to remind you, this is the first round. The winners of this will play the winners of tomorrow night's game. That's MTU Cork against UL, and we're actually streaming that game, so we're heading off in the morning all the way down to Cork to live stream that game for you. So it'll be available on a free live stream tomorrow night. MTU Cork against UL from Cork. Winners to play the winners of this, and the losers of that to play the losers of this. And then after that, if you win that game from the 2 winners, you get through to the quarterfinals, of course. The losers have an extra game. And that is high, and it's gone right across the field from McGarity. And that's probably an easy one for the defence to mop up, and they do. And here they go. There's lots of room in the middle, but that's been closed down a little bit now. Mohan came in there to try and do something about it, but in the end it's Lorcan O'Dell. He is speedy as well. Mohan comes in, putting a lot of pressure on him, too much pressure, and O'Dell will just turn and use that and go quickly, as you're now allowed to do, and gets it to Ethan Dunn. It's really, really pacey stuff from DCU, and I think that's Dara Joyce playing it there as well, and they'll try to get it to Tumulty, no doubt, to add to his tally of 3 points, and that's brilliant play, and they've got it through to Conor Dolan in there, and it's well worked, and it could end up in the net. It ends up over the bar from Senan Baker, but brilliant fast play by the champions, and they've started on fire here in Burren in this game in the Electric Ireland Sigerson Cup round 1, and they lead 5 points to 1. Could have been more.
Yeah, it could have been more. He's unlucky. I think the pass came across a little bit high for him, and he just had to kind of scoop it over the bar before Ronan Burns was on top of him. But it was a very, very well played by Tumulty. I think it was coming in off the side, that same sideline again.
They go again looking for Ethan Dunn. Ulster University get 2 or 3 men around it, but still it's DCU in possession with Conor Heffernan. Now he's under serious pressure. There he is, number 10, trying in there to get it over the line in the end. And the way they moved, now there's a bit of debate, shall we say, about that one, but the way they're moving the ball and the way they moved after that last score, it must be a nightmare for our defence. It's so accurate and so fast.
This is being brought forward too for a 20-metre free.
Yep. Do you like that rule? When it works for you, I suppose. But seriously, it's a good rule. I like it.
Yeah. I wasn't sure about that call though. Obviously I may be a wee bit biased, but not 100% sure, but both managements aren't very happy about it now.
I see that, yeah. There's a lot of that going down in front of us here. Tension on the sideline here, shall we say.
Well, they've gone short with it.
Yeah, they have. We'll continue with the play, and he might go for a score. No, it's nicely worked over to this side to Conor Dolan again. Again, it's so pacey, and he goes for goal, and I think that came off the crossbar from Lorcan O'Dell. Well, they are getting closer all the time to a goal, and that's probably Tumulty again, and he fists over for the third time. He scored 4 points, and he's fisted over 3. He is a live wire. He is causing a lot of trouble in there. Jack Tumulty from the Padraig Pearse's club, he is fantastic in there. He's made such a difference. There's 6 points, and he scored 4 of them, and that one smashed off the bar from O'Dell. 23 minutes gone. It's flowing. It's absolutely flowing. It's always a good sign of a good game. He's going to have to drive this, and he is, and he's using that boot that he has to get it way over to that right hand side, but not quite as much distance on it. Maybe the breeze held it up free for Ulster University though, who have just that 1 point on the board, but you know what, they could have been more than 5 down the way this game's going. It's a good old battle, and anyone who thought at the start of January that, okay, you get another chance, this doesn't really matter, this is a real Sigerson game.
No, definitely. You do want to win your first Sigerson game, just lay down a marker for the year, and it gives you confidence and gets you to kind of know each other a bit more too, just in the proper heated battle with a tough game like this. It is a very, very important game.
Yeah, is it that sort of thing that you know you see a lot of county teams when they lose in the championship, it sort of falls apart a wee bit. You don't like to lose, obviously, but it's if you do lose, especially to a rival, it's a huge thing.
Yeah, no, it's a big confidence thing as well. See, this goes over.
That's a decent effort, actually. I think that's come in. I think that's over, and it's really, really well done. That was Lorcan McGarrity put that over serious distance out the field and against the breeze as well. That's a big score. It's only their second and a half, and that could turn out to be important for them.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's a very, very good score against that wind, and I think just as he kicked it, the wind picked up as well, so he did very, very well to head it inside the bit over the bar.
The fourth official is keeping the peace on the sideline there, and I'm glad to tell you, between the two sets of managers. And there's serious pressure now being applied by Ulster University trying to stop the ball from coming out, but Dara Joyce still does brilliantly and puts a great kick pass up the field to Owen O'Connor Flanagan as well. He's put the ground but still manages to somehow squirm out of there, and he's got away, and he will transfer it inside, and this is Lorcan O'Dell again, and again that really quick transfer, and it gets to Sen and Baker. They're going to have to come back out again. So they do, but that's a little bit loose, and there's a chance here for Ulster University, but a sliding tackle from Dara Joyce puts it over the side. Serious full commitment here. I suppose, is it difficult these days? So the game's coming up so quickly after Christmas. You know, it used to be the Sigerson matches were maybe middle of January, but these guys are really on their toes.
Yeah, no, they really are. Serious condition in both teams. I think we're seeing it more with DCU in this half just because they're able to play with the wind, but I'm sure Ulster University have serious condition, and I do know they have a lot of very, very quick players out there too. So
yeah, maybe they'll come to 4 more in the second half. That's Conor Cush there, and it was good work by Doran before that. I have to keep looking at his name and try not to say Jamie Dornan. It's Jamie Doran, very different person. And this is, that's 22 actually. Who's 22? Did they make a substitution, Ulster University? They must do. There's 22 out there. I'll check that for you as we follow the play. And 22 is, that's Shanna Carr from Clonduff, another down man. I don't think he started the game, but maybe that's a change that they've made in the last few minutes there. Here they come now. It's the number 2, Harry McGill, on his home club here, and he's hit with a shoulder there, but the referee says it's a free in. And Harry is from Burren, a brother of Danny McGill from Burren, of course, who would have played for Ulster University too, and a cousin of Ryan at number 9. But a free in and a chance here to get it back to a 3-point game. And I'll put it to you as an Ulster University man that the way this first half has gone, that's not a bad situation to be in, because in the balance of play you would maybe think DCU would be further ahead, and probably should be. Yeah,
no, definitely. DCU would be going in quite angry at half time if they're only 3 ahead. Yeah, and it is 3, but yeah, they'd be looking to be a lot more than 3 ahead with the chances that they've had. I know they hit the crossbar once, and a hand pass that went just over the bar, or a
Oh yeah, the one where he
slapped it over,
came across to him. Yeah. That's McGarity again, put that over. Yeah, I suppose when you look at it, I mean, Ulster University might go in and be quite pleased and think, you know what, we're only 3 down. We've got the breeze in the second half and we haven't really played. Kick out with the breeze, gets good distance, but Ethan Dunn underneath it and takes it rather easily from the kick out by Mike Tansley. And he transferred as quickly as he can. There's no hanging about here at all. Number 3 tackling there is Ben Cullen. But again, it's DCU trying to get through, and they don't, because it breaks for Ronan Boyle for Ulster University. And pressure from Tom Muldy there, trying to win it back, but doesn't. I think that's Mohan in there, and he just lashes it up the field. And you see the Ulster University player there. He is saying, is there a breach?
Yeah, a breach. The DCU defender just had to cross over the halfway line to reach that ball, but he was the last man. Yeah, he's the 4th man back. So
yeah, he couldn't help himself. Just naturally, the instinct is just to go to the ball. So coming up to half time then, a minute and a half to go. Yeah, I got a message come in from Kieran McBride. Thanks for that, Kieran. He says number 22 is indeed it's Senankar from Clon. I thought it was Senan as well, because there's a Senankar on the other team, and I noticed that earlier today. Oh, Senankar for both, and then I saw it in the programme earlier on that said Shanna. I thought that's not right, so thanks for that. Senankar from Clondalk, great midfielder player from St Coleman's College, and of course I knew there would be a connection with the great Ross Carr. He's a nephew of the great Ross Carr. Thank you, Kieran McBride, for that information. Clonduff, and he's a Carr, he's got to be. And Senankar on the other side, I did a commentary a few years ago up at the St Paul's tournament when he was with 4 Masters, and I described him as a speedy car. He's got unbelievable pace. So we could have 2 Senankars on the field. This is now Jimmy Doran, taking his time. Ballyholland man, same club as Shane Mulholland, some people might remember. Connor Cush now, done it more. We continue with the connections. Of course, his dad, Adrian Cush, would have played for Tyrone back in the day. Would have been in the same All-Ireland under-21 team as the likes of Peter Canavan. Now this is good. This is Greg McEnany for DCU. This is a really good break, and he gives it into the middle to Lorcan O'Dell, and this guy is just pace all over, but the finish isn't there again, and you can see and sense the frustration from DCU down below. They've played so well, but they're only 3 ahead.
Yeah, no, they're counter-attacking. It was a bad ball, I think, or it's 2 Ulster men kind of got confused on who's going for that switch pass there, and DCU picked it up, and the speed that they're breaking at here is astronomical. They're flying down the field. Ulster can't keep up with it, but it's just their finishing's really letting them down. I think it's around 9.
How many wides have you got them now?
I have them down as 9, I think.
9. There's Ethan Dunn winning it though in the middle of the field in injury time at the end of the first half. We're 30 seconds into it. They'll maybe look to finish here with a bit of a flourish. They get it to Owen Ward and now to Conor Dolan, and Conor's just going to put it in there. Might as well just try it, and there's a flick, and it's going to end up in the net, and it does, but the referee says there was a tug on the jersey and Ethan Dunn has been denied. Well, a let off there for Ulster University. Let's see. The referee, Enda Mallon from Armagh, is just blowing the half-time whistle, and I think he was saying there was a wee bit of a push there, and it was on Carr as well, and there was definitely something there, wasn't there?
There was something. It's hard to see at our angle, but yeah, the referee's confident enough in his decision there anyway.
He is indeed. So it remains 6 points to 3 right at the end of the half, and DCU, despite playing really well in the half, just have a 3-point lead. And I say just because they played with the breeze in the first half and they did a lot of the play. Also tonight there's 2 other games. TUS Midlands against MTU Kerry. That game started at 7, and TUD are playing DKIT, Dundalk IT, that at 7:30, and then there's a load of games tomorrow as well. But we're going to take a break at half time. We might play you a little bit of video as well from some of the interviews previewing the Sigerson and indeed the Fitzgibbon, and indeed hear from our sponsors from Electric Ireland as well.
Rob, what a collection of footballers and managers behind you here in Croke Park. It's a lovely morning to be here. It's December, but it's a lovely morning, and great to have you involved again.
Yeah, look, we're absolutely delighted. Been involved since 2017, and as you said, we're blessed with the weather this morning. You wouldn't think it was December here in Croke Park. So yeah, absolutely delighted.
8 years, that's incredible. And the big screen has it up there, hashtag first class rivals. I mean, you're part of the furniture now.
We certainly are. I mean, first class rivals, it's a really good campaign. I think it probably encompasses what HEC is all about. And, you know, rivals coming together, traditional rivals, county rivals coming together to play for their college teams. So it's a really unique competition that we're delighted to be part of.
Yeah, it's perfect. I mean, I'm talking to the lads this morning, and some of them, even last week we did a game and there was lads from the same club playing against each other, you know, so there's a lovely spirit at that level. Now they're competitive, but it sums it up perfectly.
Yeah, it really does. And I mean, you know, we did some creative out of home last year where we kind of showcased those rivals coming together. And there's just a great spirit. You know, there's alliances that are being formed that, as we said, wouldn't normally exist in the format. I think, you know, for the overall competition, bringing the new rules, the new football rules coming in this year is going to bring another string to the bow of what is already a really exciting competition.
And what are your thoughts about the championships after Christmas then and being involved, and what is it going to do for you guys?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's really important for us. You know, Electric Ireland serves over 1 million customers right around the island of Ireland. And it's, so, you know, having a competition like this and being able to actually reach out and be part of kind of the GAA in local communities and right up to a national level is really important for us.
Rob, what a
Welcome back to chilly Burren in County Down as the players come out for the second half. I have an update from one of the other games, a half-time in the Sigerson TU Dublin. 7 points, Dundalk IT 1-6. So Dundalk leading by 2 at half-time in that one. And there is one other game tonight, and that's TUS Midlands against MTU Kerry, and in fact it's probably just about over. We'll try and get you a score from that one as well. The score here also is low scoring, and DCU in particular will be not very happy about that. They really impressed me in the first half with their pace and their power, but not their finishing. They did smack one off the bar, and they did have a goal disallowed, but they just lead by 3, and it didn't really reflect the way that they played in the first half. They're out in the fields, but not Ulster University, still indoors. And I've Ronan McGeehan, who was a goalkeeper with them the last few years and won a Sigerson with them, and he's not there anymore. He's joined us for the game tonight. Ronan, what's keeping them? Where are they? What's that about? Is that Barry Dillon or Benny or Paul Rouse or somebody having a few words?
I'd say take your pick on that. No, I'd say that they're just telling Ulster, oh, maybe not this half, they'd be changing mindset because they're 3 points down, but they're with the win, that you won't be wanting to slow the game down as much as you would have wanted to in the first half there. But it's about doing the simple things right, keeping the ball off the ground, passes going to chest, just keeping the ball out of contact, and maybe even when you're running with the ball, don't be bouncing it. Just the simple things like that that Ulster didn't do in that first half. There are some silly turnovers that they'll want to eradicate to get themselves back in this game. Well, they are still in the game, of course, but to get themselves back ahead.
Yeah, and here they come now, and I now have a full time from that other game. Thanks to Jerry for that. TUS Midlands 1-9, MTU Kerry 2-17. So a big win for them. Actually, it's not over. That's after 55 minutes. So just spotted there as well. So thank you to Jerry for that. So they're obviously going to win that game. And tomorrow there are 4 games. Queens will play University of Galway at 7:30 tomorrow night. There's one tomorrow afternoon, and it's Maynooth at home to St Mary's at 1:30, and then you have ATU Sligo will play UCC at Edenderry tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. The Queen's game, by the way, against Galway is in Abbottstown, and then you have UCD at home in Belfield against ATU Galway. That's at 7:30 tomorrow night. There's Benny Hurl in the shorts coming across the field, and the other management members. Barry Dillon is there, and there's Lee there as well, and it's Ulster University getting ready, and they have 22 actually. There's Senate Carr in the middle, and that's the sub from the first half, and he's got the task of trying to out jump Ethan Dunn, and you know what, he did well there. He did absolutely brilliantly to get up there and win that and to break it for Ulster University, and maybe just set the tone for the second half. This is Ben Cullen from Edendork, and he shaped up there as if he was trying to go for a score there, and he was hoping the wind would bring it in, but he got it all wrong. But it doesn't matter. It's been brought back for, it must have been a foul before that because they're going to get a free. But I suppose, Ronan, they are setting the tone for the second half in exactly the same way that DCU did in the first half, and saying, right, we're going to go at you here.
Yeah, exactly. And these boys would want to, obviously took that shot because they knew that they had the advantage, but they will want to kind of be able to kick with the wind and kick it big with the wind as well, because in that first half I think they dropped about 4 or 5 short. So obviously that won't be happening as much as half with the wind, but
that's McGarity, and he goes through a couple of tackles and gets advantage, and it's going to come back out again as well, isn't it? It is indeed. Yeah, Lorcan McGarity, he had a couple of decent scores in the first half to Carrickmore man, and he started the half well, and it's Jamie Doran is impressing me, the 13. He's out sort of around the middle and playing a lot. He's a playmaker, is he?
He is, yeah. Looks like he's buzzing around about the half forward line mostly. He's just being able to keep the ball, recycle it, keep the pace on the ball as well, which is very, very important as well.
So Charlie Diamond here, just outside the 45, and he's shaping up here. He scored a point in the first half off his left from play. He's using the wind here and bringing it in, and that looks good to me, and it goes over the bar, and it's a 2-pointer, and that's how the game can change. 3 points is nothing in the modern game, and in the second minute of the second half, Ulster University right back in this, and that's Charlie Diamond, and he is a diamond from Balahi, of course, and that's a great score for them. And he scored one from play, and I think that is the only score they've got from play in the entire game, but it doesn't really matter. Here might be one. No, I think that's gone to the right and wide, or is it just inside? No, that's wasteful as well. But it's 6 points to 5. One in it early in the second half, and with that breeze, which seems to have picked up, Ronan, Ulster University all of a sudden in a really good position.
Yeah, no, we saw that shot there is unlucky not to go over, but if that went over, that would be a serious statement at the start of this first half to even go a point up, because I believe second half, sorry. I believe that would have been a 2-pointer as well, so it would have been putting them a point up. So they will keep going for that early on in this half just to test the waters on the 2-pointer, I would say.
I can't see the arc, so I'll take your word for that, and we'll watch for the signals from the referee. If they do get another 2-pointer, DC, you're going to have to dig in, and they are digging in. That's good play there to avoid the press and to build from the back, and that's a good ball as well over the top. It's well played from Dara Swords, and there's a run here for Larkin O'Dell, and Ulster University do not want to let him run because he is fast and he's accurate as well, and that's a great score in the break. And DCU, the champions, are not going to take this lying down. They restore their 2-point lead. That was a great score.
Yeah, it's a very, very good score. Once he had the space in front of him, he just went and no one was going to be catching him in that. Just from bad turnover again down the other side from Ulster, so they just need to fix that completely. It's letting them down big time.
Kieran McBride is back on, reminded me, well, I didn't know this, I was going to mention it. Charlie Diamond is, of course, Carl's son, famous Derry player for Ulster University back in the day, won a Freshers All-Ireland and a Ryan Cup, and indeed a really classy player. Yeah, I saw him at one of the dues in the last couple of years when they won the Sigerson, so that's a connection there. And this now is Larkin O'Dell again, and he's trying and bending that in beautifully. That's a great score from O'Dell, and that's 2 in a row from him, one off the left and one off the right. And DCU making a statement there. A great start to the second half for Ulster University, but into the wind. That was beautifully finished.
Yeah, it was very, very nice nice score. He went in on the left and just kind of dummied the Ulster defender because he scored his point with the left foot the last time, and that just shows you the value of having 2 feet.
Absolutely. And it's really livened things up at the start of the second half here. Really great football, really high standard football, of course, as you would expect. A lot of these lads playing for their counties, and they are fantastic for their clubs and for their colleges as well. And these DCU lads won the Sigerson last year, and they'll want to do it again. Larkin O'Dell, every time he gets a ball, he's going at them at serious pace, and he gives it out to the corner there towards Conor Dolan. A couple of dubs there linking up right over in the corner, and they get it back as well. This is a good response by DCU, to be fair, the Dublin University. And this is Ethan Dunn from a bad angle. He's not going to score from there, is he? He is. That is brilliant. And there's a DCU man in front of me here, and even he shook his head as if to say, I didn't know he could do that. How did he do that? That's absolutely fantastic play.
Yeah, no, that was very, very good by Ethan Dunn. It looked like, I'd say most players would have just recycled the ball back around, looked to recycle it back around the 45, but he took 2 men on, I believe it was, and just got straight through them with his strength and athletic ability, and then the finish as well was very, very good from the tight angle.
Now I see a sub gun in there for DCU. It's number 20, Evan Crow, and he's gone straight into full back. That's an interesting change. And they brought off number 3, I think that is. So they've taken off Liam Kelly and brought in Evan Crow. So even though they've scored the last 3 points of the game, they were looking to make a change at the back. I'll come to Ronan for a comment on that in a minute, because here's Greg McEnany going through and does a lovely 1-2, and they might get a goal out of this, and they have got a goal. Well, what a response from DCU. Ulster University got right back at them within a point, but Larkin O'Dell 2 points, Ethan Dunn with a cracking score as well, 3 points, and then this goal, and Greg McEnany leaving it off and brilliantly finished. And it was Jack Tumulty from Padraig Pearses. He scored 3 or 4 fantastic points in the first half, and that's a deadly finish as well. And the defending champions really responding brilliantly and making a serious point.
Yeah, no, that was very, very well worked goal, quick hand passes, but Ulster University need to start winning their own kick out, because they're really being penned in here in the second half when they're with the wind. They've won this one now, but that's really letting them down this half as well. They just need to settle down, win their own kick out, and then control the game again and break at pace from winning it.
But look at the pressure they're putting on every single player for Ulster University. Look, there's 2 of them. There's 2 of them right there, and there's a ball slipped, and it's gone to Ronan Boyle and his men on him, and another serious challenge going in. This is like Tyrone against Kerry in 2003 back in the day. Serious pressure all over the field, and you're saying they need to win their own kickouts. I suppose
that takes you back to the goalkeeper. You're a goalkeeper there. Did they try to go short? Did they try different kickouts? They're really struggling. You say, and they've just given a ball away. So I'll continue with the commentary because there's a chance here and they might hit them again. And look at that brilliant ball transferred quickly up to Conor Dolan there, and he's looking to do a similar finish. Brilliant block though. That was terrific work. I think it was it Lorcan McGarity, was it?
Ryan McGill.
It was Ryan McGill. Ryan McGill, great block from him. And they are holding on there at the minute. Ulster University, but now they might break. And it's Jamie Doran. And the referee's going to bring that one back. He played all sorts of advantage there. Keeping right up with the play. And Ulster University have it indeed. Not quite sure what's going to happen. They go back and they're going forward. Where's he going with it? Was there a bit of back shot there? Maybe he's moving it all the way up the field. But it's good news for Ulster University after that flurry of scores for DCU under serious pressure, and they've got it now to Charlie Diamond again. He's going to try to do what he did a few minutes ago. Seems a long time ago now than he brought it back to a point. But I was saying there about the kickouts. I mean, should they have a different strategy or try something different from the kickouts, Ulster University, to get possession?
I believe with the win, I think they should continue to keep going long since DCU do have the press on. But it's just getting around the break because it's hard to keep the ball to stick to hand.
Diamond, that's going to drop short though. They might get something out of it though. They don't. I think it was Carr there went for it, but DCU have it. They're trying to stop them coming out, but they do get out, and that was Owen O'Connor Flanagan, the number 7. But now also University have it. They have got it back. Now he's gone to ground, Lorcan McGarity, and it's DCU getting it back. And they have a chance to break out of defence now, and boy do they do that at pace. He's lost possession but manages to feed it back out, but yeah, he's got a free. There's a push on the back there. 8-9 minutes at the start of the second half, and it has been frantic and it's been brilliant. And look at it again, they're so accurate with their kick passing as well, and they move the ball so quickly, even from frees, and they find men all over the place. Look at the runners all over the place. It's fantastic to watch. It really is terrific football, and they're trying to go for the jugular again and trying to get another goal out of it, and they don't. But they were definitely going for it. They had no goals in the first half, but they've won in the second and going to try and get another one. They lead. Look at the way the score has changed. It was 6-5, just a point in it, and now there's 7 points in it. McEnany comes over to meet the number 6 there, and he stops him in his tracks, but illegally. Free for Ulster University, and Ulster University really need to dig deep here. That's Ronan Boyle just pumping it in there, testing the sub who came on, and the sub who came on, I think that was him. No, actually he's over to the right. I think it was actually maybe Josh Bannon in there, but did well, and they survived that test. And DCU really proven why they're champions, even though there's been a few changes from last year, but they have been very, very impressive tonight. They now, strangely enough, Ronan have the lead that they probably deserved at half time. Yeah, no, they're a lot more clinical in front of goal. Obviously they scored that goal. Good finish off the crossbar was the play beforehand that made it, and even for their point shooting, I don't know if they've hit a wide now this half. No, I don't think they've hit a wide this half, so that is the big game changer. They've been a lot more accurate in front of goal. Dara Swords now from Cara in Kildare. And again, he's showing pace as well and tricky footwork, and that's Tumulty, I think, coming in, and lovely movement as well. And it's Odell feeding it in. What a move this is. Fantastic football. Absolutely clinical, speed, everything you want. And they have got a second goal, and with 20 minutes to go, they have left Ulster University shell-shocked. Look at it again here. Such quick hands and support. I think it might have been Conor Dolan at the end of that, but it's not necessarily about the guy who puts it in. It was the move that got there. At the other end, Ulster University, in contrast, they're just bombing the ball up there, and they're not knitting together in the same way. No, they're not. It's the dangerous second runner. Once DCU give a hand pass or give a kick pass, the man's not admiring his own pass. He's straight after the ball to get it again in a pass or two, and that's exactly what happened there. They just run at goal, even if they don't have the ball, and then they have the overlap, and then it's a finish from 12 yards out then. Yeah, they were very, very good in the first half, apart from on the scoreboard, and they are now well ahead now. They lead by 10 points, so it only seems like a few minutes ago there was one in it, and you were saying Ulster University missed a chance to level it, and now there's 10. It's unbelievable the way the game has sort of changed, and there was no 2-pointers in that. Goals and just points on the break, and again, look, they're cutting right through them here like a knife through butter. Absolutely brilliant football, and nobody holds on to the ball. It's all very, very quick, and now that has sort of gone against what I was saying there. They've dropped it into the keeper's arms, but everything is done really efficiently, And now it's up to Ulster University to see if they can rise to the challenge. What can they do here? At the minute they are looking at going into the losers part of the draw, but still a long time to go if they can get their act together here. But it's a big ask, and DCU are full of it at the minute. And over on that far side it's Ulster University trying to get inspiration from somewhere, but not knitting together, as I say, not as clinical, not as efficient, not as deadly. But this might at least start it, but it doesn't. It's brilliantly blocked down. And eventually, is that going to go over? It looks like it's over, and indeed it's a 2-pointer, and they get a 2-pointer out of that. But I'm going to take away from that the block that was in there. It was a superb block, and then a great point from distance, but that's exactly what they needed. There wasn't much of a cheer for it, but the management will be delighted with that because it gets it back. I'll need a few more of them, but at least it's a start. Actually, I wasn't sure who got it. Who got that? Do you know?
Lorcan McGarity.
It was Lorcan again. Yeah, he got 2 in the first half too. It was a good score. Yeah, they're starting to motor here a little bit now. If they can just get a bit of momentum here, Ulster University. This is McDermott. Danny McDermott back out to Doran. And Doran might be dispossessed there. Serious tackling again, and he's nipped in now. Has he fouled him there? That was Josh Bannon, number 2, with the ball there. Really sharp now. The guy on the ground is in a bit of pain, but they're so sharp. If you make a mistake at all, they're right on you. Josh Bannon, he's from Sylvester's there in Malahide, and they just pounce on you.
Yeah, no, they're very quick. Once the ball hits the deck, there's 2 or 3 on you straight away. It's incredible speed on the DCU team. I can't believe it, even here in front of me. Like, even when they do get the ball, they're straight up the field with it. It's very quick counter-attack with and against the wind. And then one thing I noticed as well, DCU keep 2 men very high up the field, whereas Ulster don't. So when they are counter-attacking, they have that out ball just to kick it up, and they have the corner forwards there that are able to win the ball, and then you have the likes of Lorcan O'Dell, Ethan Dunn running off the shoulder. But with Ulster, they might keep 1 man up there, it looked like, in that last counter-attack, say, and they just don't have that option to kick it forward and then get the men running off the shoulder. So that would be one difference that I see in the counter-attack play anyway.
Absolutely, good point. And it's the pace that is just frightening as well. And the way they responded to Ulster University having a good start to the second half was unbelievable. And it was led by Lorcan O'Dell, his pace. He got those 2 points. You know, that was real leadership from him. I'm not sure if he's a captain still or not. They've made a change there, by the way, and 12 has come off, and that is Dara Swords. And they sent in... I did get his number. Oh, 18. Yeah, they've sent in number 18, Niall Dolan. He's from Raheens in Kildare. But yeah, an incredible response, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. As you said, Ulster were 1 point behind there at the very start of the second half. But since then, DCU ran away with it. That penetrating run from Lorcan O'Dell is very dangerous. He's just got such speed that no one can catch him. And then with the 2 goals as well from the run off the shoulder, quick hand passing, very clinical hand passing as well. They're going to the exact right places, and they
were doing that in the first half.
Yeah,
you know, they just didn't have the clinical finish, but it's exactly the way they were playing in the first half. But it's all worked in the second half. I don't know why, but.
Yeah, it's the runners coming in from the side as well.
Yeah.
Like in that first half, we saw Tumulty. He was with the ball in the first half, and he hand passed maybe 3 over the bar from that same corner, and even passed one across the goal, which ended up in a point for them as well. So it's those runners in the back door is what's very dangerous for DCU, just because they're so quick, have such a quick turn of pace that it's impossible to keep up with them.
Another sub coming on is Luke Marin, number 22 from Sligo, and he played last year, didn't he?
I think so.
Yeah. Luke Marin, yeah, from, I'm going to try and pronounce his Bunanadin in Sligo. And is it surprising that they're making so many changes here? You know, because things are going well for them. You think, why do they need, or is it just more pace? They're bringing off Connor Dolan, number 13, who had a great game.
Yeah, had a very good game as well. The 2 corner forwards for DCU are very dangerous, and I'm sure they'll stay dangerous here now too.
I think it might have been him got the second goal, actually.
Yeah.
There go again, Dara Joyce. But I suppose, you know, they played at such pace. Maybe they want to keep that level up, so get the fresh legs on there. Why not?
Yeah, exactly, and it's to get the Sigerson experience for some boys as well. I know the man who came on there, Cairns, he would have been on the panel last year too, so it's bringing that experience as well as the fresh legs is the big one, I'm sure.
And Ulster University have taken on Lorgan McGarity, number 8. I'm not sure if he's injured or whatever. He's down to the right. Maybe he's a blood sub. It's a blood sub, is he? Yeah, he is, yeah. But DCU, relentless, unforgiving. They are going for it here. They have got possession again. Never mind the lead. They're not sitting on it. They lead by 8. And this is Greg McEnany, who's been brilliant at centre half back. And, you know, I've seen him run and play around that area there, and it's a great position for him there because he sits in there and his pace coming through, and the way that he slips the ball and supports and gets it back, he's lethal in there. Yeah,
exactly, and we even saw that from the very first throw-in. The ball, Ethan Dunn, I think, just knocked it down to the ground and in the first half, and he was just gone like a shot, and he was straight down the field, and I think it may have ended up in a wide, but it's very, very dangerous, that penetrating run from him as well.
Owen Ward gives it across to Dara Joyce from Claire Morris and Mayo, and there goes O'Dell again. Look at that turn of pace he's got. He is off and running again, and he might get another score. That's his 3rd point in the second half, and every one of them has been similar, you know, unbelievable. Really impressive pace. He just said to you, I'm going past you here, you know, and he just sort of pulled out a little bit like a car, and then, oh, hold on, they might even get another score here, and it's Senan Baker to finish the job completely, and it's the sub who came on, I think it's 22, I think it's Luke Marin, the Sligo man, who has applied to finish, and that surely is that, and we didn't think we'd be saying that 15 minutes ago, but it's been a blistering 15 minutes from the champions, a 3rd goal in this second half, and they are surely into the next round of the Electric Ireland 2026 Sigerson Cup. Lethal play.
Yeah, very lethal. One slip there in the full back line from the kick out, and I think it was 3 or 4 of them were the furthest forward other than Ronan Burns. He was kind of left isolated on an island by himself. It's not a position any keeper wants to be in, but they all ran forward and they dispossessed any sort of fumble.
Yeah, maybe it's dangerous, you know, when you go in at half time and you've been lucky in the first half and you're against a team who haven't, as you said, what was it, 9 wage or something in the first half, and that a goal disallowed, and they're going in thinking we should be further ahead because they've come out and they have really put Ulster University to the sword. And maybe it's one of those things at half time you're better going in not too complacent, going in with a point to prove, and they came out in this second half. They have been fantastic. Well, they've been good throughout the whole game, to be fair.
Yeah, no, they really have. It's just that DCU pace is unstoppable, it seems like, with Lark and O'Dell running through the middle like we just saw.
Yeah. Well, they're going through he goes through the middle, but as you said, they also come from the sides, and it's the way they transfer the ball to each other. It really is. And here he goes again. It's O'Dell again. You can see what he's going to do, but it's another thing try to stop it. I think that's Marin again going for the score. Is that another one? It is. It's absolutely brilliant football from DCU as we go into the last 10 minutes here. 3-11. They'd only 6 points at half time.
Yeah, no, it's that's against the wind now in this half as well, and they're just so clinical in front of goal, and with that run again from Larkin O'Dell, just straight through the middle, nothing you can do to stop it, just from the sheer pace and power, it's so dangerous. So
another change made as well, and they've taken off Josh Bannon, so DCU really running the changes. And as you say, given experience, Sigerson experience, 25 is on, I think it is, and that's Conor Quigley. Yeah, he's on for DCU, and Conor is from Trim in County Meath. So a lot of subs on for them, but they're still playing the same way and playing very effectively. And in this second half, Ulster University have scored twice, 2 2-pointers, isn't that right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so just the twice. One from a free, so only once from play in the second half, and DCU have done most of the attacking again, but here's a chance now from distance, but he had to sort of swing a leg at that one and it has gone wide. 3-11-7, and this is really a statement from the champions. You were saying it's difficult to win 2 in a row in the Sigerson, but these boys, they're playing brilliantly and they look really hungry.
Yeah, no, there's a real desire there. You can see in the field they're so far ahead now, but they're still making these changes, and they're very good changes, clearly. Let's see.
On the break, that's going to come out. Sean Fox gets a boot to it. He's manager of DCU, and he's been there a good few years now. They won the Sigerson in 2020, I think it was, and then again last year, 2025. Jordanstown won it in 2024, and before that it was 2008, 16 years before that. And the way this is going today, DCU obviously are going to be a serious contender for back-to-back, but of course a long way to go with this guy again. I know I feel like saying it every time he gets it, but he's like road runner. He's absolutely got pace to burn, and he uses it, and he just frightens defenders, and there's a lot of pace right throughout the team. And now they spread the play. They've been very good at that. I noticed that from early in the game. Very accurate as well, but move the ball really quickly, and it causes so many problems. And it's another of the subs coming in, and he is satisfied to take his point, and I think that one was Niall Dolan. And it's 3-12 now. It's been a devastating second half. That's 3-6 they've scored in the second half.
Yeah, and a lot of those have come from the subs that they've brought on there too. I think maybe 1-2, 1-3 of those scores have come from subs coming off the bench. So it's not just giving boys Sigerson time, it's bringing on very, very impactful subs as well. So that's a scary sight to see for all the rest of the Sigerson teams, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely, and they've got the ball from the kick out as well. But they haven't put my man on. They haven't put 29 on yet, Dylan Kettle. I want them to put the Kettle on. There's still time. That's what we hint to the boys on the sideline there, just for the crack. Ulster University win this one back. Now they have a chance. They have a little chance here, a transition at least to get up the field. Well, he's done well to get out in front and win that. That's one of the Ulster University subs who has done well under serious pressure. And he's under pressure from another of the subs, Evan Crowe, that came in for DCU, and they've done enough to hold them up here and force them to come back out again. And did I say 28 for Ulster University? 20. It is, yeah. Paul Duffin from Moneylass in County Antrim, a club that saw their ladies get to the All-Ireland Senior Final there before Christmas. So the keeper had to watch that, did well. It was nearly got in behind him there, but good hands. Have you been impressed by Mike Tansley, the Kerry goalkeeper, in there for DCU?
Very solid in nets, and with their own kickouts, yeah, they are doing quite well. Well, the wind has died down a lot now, but
it's not. There's nothing there now.
No, yeah, no, it has been very impressive. That was a very, very clean catch with the pressure on him and the cold, wet day as well. And he hasn't been as busy with his hands today, so he's ready at least, and did very well.
Diamond will be aiming for the far post here to try and curl that one in. There is a bit of a breeze. I can see the flag there. You see the green and white Burren flag behind to the right there. There is a bit of wind there. It's going to drop in. The keeper has to watch it. Well, he's protected brilliantly. And it was the guy who scored the point at the other end, Niall Dolan, back there. Yeah, I suppose when you get a team who are winning by 10 points, the subs all want to come on, and they are busting a gut because they want to get on the next day and really, really impress. Look at the pace again. They have been so fast in their transitions, and lots of players waiting for it. Odell, he's already on the run waiting for it, gets it while he is on the run, and look at the sidestep again. And there's another score when he's put that one to the left. Have you seen another player with pace like that recently? I mean,
I'm not sure running from that deep because he's back defending everything, but you'd have to compare it to the Canavans maybe. They're not sort of quick.
I was going to say that, yeah. It's just that
it's straight through the middle.
Yeah, no, it's speed of turn,
exactly. It's impossible. He just sidesteps you, and there's nothing you can do about it because he's already past you by the time you're readjusted.
Yeah, he really is something else out there. I mean, last year, as I saw him coming on more as a sort of an impact sub at times. You know, maybe he had an injury or whatever, I don't know. And I remember him getting a good goal down at DCU. But today he has been electric, if I can take that word from the sponsors. He's been absolutely brilliant. And that one, well, their defence has been terrific as well.
Yeah, it really has. It's been so solid. Ulster aren't getting a minute there. They can't kick over them because there's such a high pressure from DCU. But also when Ulster do get forward a bit and get the ball into their full forward line, they're all right there. They double up, they triple up. There's just no way through.
So 4 minutes to go. And we will talk about player of the match and contenders at the end. But the man, number 11, Lorcan O'Dell from Temple Ogue, Singe Street, certainly would be the main man you'd be thinking, but they've had a lot of great performances. We'll come to them at the end. This is Ward now, and I suppose the management won't care about that. They'll just be very, very pleased with the overall performance here by the team. It has been so impressive. Is there another sub on there over on that far side? was challenging there for them. It looked like, was it 22 or 32? I'm not quite sure. Could be 32. Another sub in front of us here. We're right over beside the DCU dugout, and they're going to bring on another one here. And it's number 26, and that would be Dara Crowley from Raheens in Kildare. So they'll have 2 subs on the field from that particular club, and they might get another score here. He's just, I can't see the arc now, it's just inside the arc. So a 1-pointer if he gets this over. Is it inside the posts? It's not. So it remains 3-12. That's 21-7, 14 points in it. So 26 does indeed go on. Haven't seen a man go off yet though.
No, I think the ref's waiting.
Yeah. It's not Ethan Dunn. Oh, it's one of the forwards coming off. Yeah, coming from a different direction. Yeah. Yeah. We go again, but the game's over with 3-4 minutes to go. In fact, it was over at least 10 minutes ago, and that's a worrying thing for Ulster University. Sean Fox talking to Lorcan O'Dell. He's got his arm around him. The two of them having a chat there, and he's obviously saying, well done, great performance. Ulster University looking to finish though with a little bit of a flourish here, and it's Diamond coming inside. He's running into traffic, maybe trying to get onto that left foot, and another brilliant block. Oh my goodness, that was absolutely fantastic. And this is a team that are so far ahead, and yet they're putting in blocks like that in the last couple of minutes. And I think it was actually Dara Joyce who got across there, and that's not the first time in this half that they have done that. Serious commitment and blocking and tackling all over the place, even though they're well ahead. It's been a seriously disciplined and motivated performance, Ronan. It's been really impressive with the champions.
Yeah, it has. Just right here to the end, like you're saying that the game's over, 2 minutes left, but the intensity that they're still bringing, like the roar from the sideline, the roar from the pitch after they got that block, they pride themselves on that intensity, it looks like.
Yeah, that was an amazing block, and they forced a wide here as well. Let's look at the block here again, Ronan there. Wow. Yeah, and there was about 4 of them lined up there, maybe to get in behind him if he didn't get it.
Yes, the lateral movement of their defence is very impressive. Like, as soon as Ulster try to switch the ball, there's 3 or 4 of them right over there on top of them as soon as they get it. And it doesn't let the Ulster team kind of use their skill at all, because they're just having to try and move the ball straight away again.
And you know, one of the things we haven't seen, and you just there, it reminded me of it, Ethan Dunn, he hasn't caught a clean ball. No,
it would be with that night, I would say. It was wet anyway, and with the wind and the ground being soft,
and also Ulster University were very wary of him, and they were always putting pressure on him, but there wasn't pressure on him, but they haven't needed him to be at his absolute best tonight.
No, they have been able to find those men, and their DCU are doing so well around the breaking ball. It's just that speed and their timing is very impressive as well.
McEnany to Dunn, that's Scary's connection again. Scary's harps. Taking it up now is Jack Tumulty. He's been fantastic as well. I mean, he's been very impressive. He scored about 4 or 5 points and showed great pace, and that was in the first half.
Got a goal as well.
Yeah, he got the goal too, and fisted over, was it 3 points in the first half? And he got 4 in total. You know, he was putting them over when nobody else was.
Yeah, no, he kept them in the game in the first half, or well, obviously put them ahead in that first half, but he was their biggest dangerous man in that first half when they really needed him, and he was finishing those scores that they needed.
Added time now at the end of the game, and Ulster University back to the drawing board for them. Went in at half time, not 6-3, got a 2-pointer, and since then DCU have dominated in destructive fashion. They have been absolutely lethal, but Ulster University looking to finish here maybe with a score, but DCU no doubt will come out and try another block. That's a low one. I don't know if he was trying to go for goal, and the ball deflected out, and they get another chance. But really, it's all, and I don't mean this as a pun, but it's all academic. 61 minutes gone, nearly in the 62nd minute, and the referee is blowing. He must have given advantage there, and it's a free in over by the 20. Gives us a chance. We'll not hang around too long at the end of this live stream to talk about player of the match. Lorcan O'Dell was leaning on the wall right in front of us here. I didn't want to talk about it then to embarrass a young fella, but hard to look past him, but a lot of great performances out there.
Yeah, no, he had such a strong second half there. He just drove the team on. Ulster were within a point there in that second half, but he just carried. Well, he wasn't the only one, of course, but just with his pace and everything, he just ran rings around the Ulster defence, nearly looked like. But as well, you have the two corner forwards. Tumulty, I think he scored 1-4, 1-5 maybe even. And in that first half as well, it was so important because they only scored 6 and he scored maybe 3 of them, and that's exactly when they needed him.
So this is probably just about it. A referee and the Malin from Armagh. No, he lets it go. Well, actually, there was a long enough stoppage, wasn't there? So there might be another minute or so. It's the 63rd minute of the game, and we were looking forward to a cracker between these teams. That it hasn't ended up being an exciting, close game in the last 15 minutes, but it's been a joy to watch the power and the precision by this DCU team. They've played at an incredibly high level for this time of year. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I can't believe how quick they're moving on that. The grass must be firm enough because the speed they're moving at, they can't be trudging through mud at that speed at all. It's very, very, very impressive.
And this is Tumulty again. He was one of those players that started with a lot of pace and power, and they seemed to just hit the ground running, and they adjusted to the conditions really well from the start. Ulster University had 3 or 4 players slipping and sliding, and Tumulty was just making light of the conditions the way he was playing in corner forward, and he's looking for the ball here again. Well, they all did, and that's Conor Heffernan now. They're still playing at a really high level. Lots of subs on there, and there's Ethan Dunn getting involved now, looking like he wants to get a score too. And why not, going forwards? And they might get one from way over on that right. Is that Luke Marin again? He came on and got a goal if it was him. And is that another score? And it is. And you know, Ulster University they just haven't been able to land at love on them in the second half. It has to be said. 13 to 8 points. I mean, that's some scoring. From 6 points at half time. That's 3-7 DCU scored in the second half. And as you say, they've hardly had a wide.
Yeah, in the second half, I think they might have had 1 or 2 wides, if even. They've just been so accurate, but they're choosing the right shot as well. But
and there is the full-time whistle. Look at that scoreline. 64 minutes gone. 3-13 to 8 points. I mean, we didn't see that coming, let's be honest.
No, definitely not, especially at half-time or maybe 2 minutes into the second half. We weren't seeing that coming. We were seeing a big Ulster comeback. They had chances to even go ahead there. But it'll be back to drawing board for Ulster. I'm sure they'll review this footage now, notice the mistakes they might have made, where they can improve, and I'm sure with Barry Dillon, I know him well enough, Paul Rouse, Benny Hurl, all of them, they'll know what to fix and they'll get everyone to bounce back. But it's just more about your confidence now going to this next game. You need to prove a point, you need to prove everyone wrong after this game.
Yeah, because it's not even losing, it's the way they lost there.
Yeah, they were outplayed, and it might be a condition thing as well, I'm not sure, but it's just keeping, as I said earlier on the game, it's the simple things that DCU did so well. Like their very quick short hand passing, all went to the chest, all went to the right man at the right time. But with Ulster, there were some of their shot selection wasn't the best in that first half.
And some of the passing, as you were saying, they were going above the head and stuff, and DCU were just eating that up. And they didn't punish them in the first half, but boy, they did in the second, and they were really, really good. And they put down a serious marker here.
They have indeed. They put down a serious marker that they want to go for 2 in a row now. As well, like all the other teams, the big hitters, shall we say, they'll be watching this now and thinking, right, we have a big task ahead of us if we have to play them in the later rounds. I know that's what I'd be thinking now anyway if I were playing, but no, it's a serious marker to lay down that they did.
Absolutely. Champions, and must be installed as favourites after this performance. They have really put on a show here tonight in the Electric Ireland Sigerson Cup on our first live stream of the year, and I'm sure the big audience online have been impressed and have enjoyed watching them. And we have another live stream tomorrow night, and that's in Cork. We're going down there in the morning to get down to do MTU Cork against UL, and the winners of that will play DCU. They might be forgiven for thinking we don't want to play them. We'll go and we'll play Ulster University, because the losers will play Ulster University. But that'll be a good game tomorrow night as well. MTU Cork against UL, who of course won the league before Christmas for the first time ever, and they've never won the Sigerson, so that would be an interesting matchup as well. And then the night after that, we will be doing a live stream again from Cork, but over in the Mardick, and that's in the Electric Ireland Fitzgibbon Cup, and that's UCC against MTU Cork. So it's
a Cork derby in that one. It's cold here in Burren, so I'm going to let you go. Ronan, thanks very much. You made a great debut tonight on the co-commentary. Thank you very much for that. And I know it didn't go Ulster University's way tonight, but what can you do? It was an amazing performance by DCU, and that's where we're going to leave it. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage from Burren and County Down. It's goodbye.